Hospital Penbrook. Bueno, continuamos. Hablar con el soplo del hospital. La marca de... Con la manufactura del hospital. ¿Y quién sería? Codeína. Y acá. El doctor. Y esto no se puede abrir.
I cannot enter.
Y acá hay algo. Solución hipoclorito de sodio. ¿Quién es la manufactura? Ah, está allá. Opio. Ah, buenísimo, opio. Epa, ahí está.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a vamp.
Epa.
The lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury.
Ashbury.
I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Me alegra volver a verla. Siento que me engañaron. A Swanson le gustan los vampiros. Me alegro volver a verla.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Estoy aquí para ayudarla. Tengo preguntas sobre los pacientes le han dado problemas.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
Le creo.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, Your Ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Sin comerse el culpable.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Hay otro vampiro que la amenaza. ¿Qué quiere de mí? ¿Por qué no lo resuelve usted mismo?
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Otro vampiro.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money.
Claro.
My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
Continúe.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths
Ah, mira.
due to massive blood loss.
Es verdad.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Solo necesito información. Yo también necesito sangre. Es algo lógico. Solo necesito
Excuse my
información.
impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital.
Ah,
My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
Harriet
I'll meet that
Jones.
woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Habla con Harriet. Ya la conocimos, a ver. Tardó un poquito en cargar esta. Pipa. Thelma. No la conocimos. ¿Y dónde está Harriet? Fatiga. Sabrina. Ok. Ahora hay que conocerla. 16 metros. Está acá nomás. ¿Viste? Todavía puedo comprarle. Acerca del uso del ajo y estacas de maderas. Queridos hermanos, ahora debo pedir su atención para explicar algo muy importante. El uso del ajo como protección contra los vampiros, vamos a ser claros en esto, el ajo nunca los protegerá contra estas criaturas, más allá de cuán fresco, fuerte o olor eso sea. El ajo es totalmente inútil como defensa. No me canso de repetir lo dañina que ha sido la novela de Bram Stoker, por mucho que los pueblos de países eslavos colocan dientes de ajos en los ataúdes. Claro que los habitantes de la isla de Santorini cuelgan ajo en las ventanas. Habría tanto que escribir sobre este lugar. Y algún día pronto espero volver allí para explorar más su tradición en asuntos relacionados con el ocultismo, pero en el sentido no es proteger a los vivos del demonio. Es decirles a los muertos que son conscientes de su maldad. Es un símbolo, nada más y nada menos. Entonces, por favor, y desde luego, úsenlo. Usen ajo, exhiban ajo, cuelguen ajo y díganles a las sombras que no les tienen miedo. Pero si buscan una protección sobrenatural, deberán explorar con mucho más profundidad en los secretos olvidados de la tradición ocultista. Esta es la verdad, compañeros y hermanos. El ajo no ahuyenta a los vampiros, pero las plantas frescas sí les hacen daño. ¿Les hacen daño? Mirá vos, eso no sabía. Es como si su cuerpo no pudiera soportar la presencia de un elemento botánico. He visto a un vulpe encolerizado huir cuando recibió el azote de una rosa. Sí, una simple rosa. He presenciado como un violento Econ caía y pedía piedad al ser golpeado con una estaca de madera. No sé por qué son tan efectivas y daría mi brazo izquierdo por averiguar la respuesta a ese misterio. Pero hay algo cierto, los vampiros son muy sensibles a las hierbas, las plantas y las maderas frescas. cómo y por qué enfrentar a las sombras. Interesante.
I wasted too much energy for so little result.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no
Ah,
respect.
mira. Acá había otro cuarto. ¿Hay algo acá? No. Lady Fit presenta a Dorothy Fletcher en el Safu. A ver.
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Cálmese, por
Please,
favor.
calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts lit a poor sod's vein.
Le gustan los rumores, esto es la extorsionada. No sobre errores médicos.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
No sobre
I
errores
assure
médicos.
you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then?
Libertinaje,
Crane,
madre mía.
Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They
Madre
can't
mía.
keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really?
Vale,
Well,
vale.
if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones.
Ya sabemos quién es.
You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Ah, no conseguimos nada. Encontrar a la enfermera Pipa, Dorothy. A las 3 enfermeras. Por lo que dijo esta vieja. ¿En serio?
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
¿Viste qué onda?
Hello again, Dr. Reed. I feel better already. Can I go soon?
¿Ya se quiere ir? Ah, mira. No. Tampoco. No hay nada.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton.
Daily routine.
Este es muy depresivo. ¿Y qué hay acá?
It's locked, all right.
Cerrada con llave.
Sure we're making a difference. Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Este me habla, ¿no? ¿Quién me habla? Ah, el boludo este. Con la madre.
Will this shift never end? I'll never forgive anything from her.
Me falta el borrachito que estaba en... que había tirado a alguien al río. No lo veo por ningún lado. Otra vez. A ver, ¿qué otras misiones tenemos? Esta. Rastrear. 140 metros. Toque de queda, advertencia. Toque de queda. Ok. ¿Y esto? Mierda, qué lomo que tengo. Toma, puta. ¿Qué nivel es? 18. Ah, menos. De 2 golpes. Zarpado. Parece que tengo que hacer la misión principal. Hay una buena diferencia de nivel. Te han vencido. Si no tienes la fuerza suficiente, recuerda que la sangre ciudadana es la manera más rápida de evolucionar. Sí, también es. Lástima que no encuentro al borracho ese. ¿Cuánto? Bueno, voy a volver al hospital. No, para el otro lado. Voy a hablar con las enfermeras. Ah, se puede subir por acá. Subís directamente. Oye. Tornillos. Palo de plomo. Habría que volver a los muertos. ¿Esta quién es? Ah, es una de las... ¿Viste?
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed, still working at night, I see. I like that.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
¿Cómo va su internación? Acerca del hombre que empujó al agua.
Do you
Acerca de
ever
eso.
think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave
Este es el que quiero
me
matar.
sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts. Boss, it cut me good.
Quería vengarse, casi muere aquí. Quería vengarse.
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother.
Ah, mira.
Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favor.
Tenemos una pista. Fatiga. Tengo que hacerle un remedio a este. Este es un monstruo, sobrevivir a cualquier costo. Quizás tenga razón.
Only the strongest survive, then? Survival at all costs. Is that all you think about?
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
Ah, casi muere.
That
Casi.
man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Fucking coward. Well, I guess revenge gives you balls.
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. As long as I'm treated all right, I'll be fine.
¿Qué tiene malo el
What's
personal?
wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
What's
¿Qué
wrong
pasa con
with
el
the
hospital?
hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad, and dirty.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
Este chabón hay que matarlo.
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
No administrar medicamentos. Tratamiento de fatiga. Tengo que hacer el tratamiento de fatiga, chaval.
I will
Antes
see
de
you
matar.
later.
¿Cómo va su internación? ¿Esto quedó?
How is your hospitalization?
This is a shitty...
No, no queda. Preguntas personales. Hay una. ¿Cuánto tiempo puede evitar la play?
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this
¿Por el
city like the
asesinato?
back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
¿Qué confianza? La justicia la encontrará. Todos debemos pagar el precio. Prepárese para morir pronto. Todos debemos pagar el precio.
We can't escape the consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I can say for most folks.
And who are you then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
Nueva pista. Clay tiene la intención de seguir siendo el líder del pandillero después de la recuperación. 490.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in the hospital?
Blackmail? That's not my style. Too risky. The black market, though. Now that's where the money is.
Bueno, eso es todo. Por ahora.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Tengo que hacerle remedio contra la fatiga. ¿Dónde está la enfermera? Allá. No, este es el doctor. Allá está la enfermera.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Subida en nombres. Personal del hospital con antecedentes criminales. Preguntas personales. Un hombre extraño visita la zona. Personal del hospital con
Do you know
antecedentes.
if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Eso no me dice mucho. Esto está todo. Todo. Bueno.
Have
Un
you
hombre
seen a
extraño.
strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Tampoco me dice mucho. Che. Bueno, adiós.
Goodbye, nurse.
Opio, más opio. Todos estos... Nada, ¿no? ¿Quién habla? Ah, negro. Hasta la otra enfermera.
Too much energy.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been
Pippa.
introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm
todavía no había
Dr.
hablado con
Jonathan
ella.
Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Subida en Londres. Hay una desbocada. Su relación con Milton.
Pippa, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes. Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
¿Durante cuánto tiempo has sido enfermera? ¿Cómo lo lleva el personal? ¿Cuál es la situación aquí? ¿Durante cuánto tiempo?
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
La sorprendería, cambie su actitud.
I don't like your attitude, Nurse Hawkins. Pessimism can be as lethal as the epidemic in times like these.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
¿Cómo lo
How
lleva?
is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
¿Por qué Milton tiene mal humor? ¿Por qué especialmente los profesionales? ¿Por qué tiene mal humor?
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Que sacamos todas. Milton extorsiona a los pacientes. Milton es su pareja. La reputación es mediocre entre sus colegas.
Why
Porque
does Milton
especialmente con los
dislike doctors?
médicos.
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned. Milton is not the chatty type.
Bueno. ¿Cuál es la situación aquí? Ah, tengo... ¿Se irá de este hospital? ¿Es usted la cómplice de Milton? ¿Se irá del hospital?
Pepper, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream. But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
Los pacientes lo necesitan. Debe estar orgullosa de lo que... Esto es inaceptable. Debe estar orgullosa.
You should be proud of what you've achieved. This hospital represents hope for many people in need of help.
Maybe you're right. But at the moment, I feel like we're just a cemetery waiting room.
Nueva pista. Tengo todas las pistas. Pacientes. Quiero. Desmilización 3. Yo tengo una desmilización. Debería averiguar cómo lo sube. ¿Le hacía ser más útil?
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister believes that the real fight is in the streets nowadays. Maybe she's right. Maybe this is what I must do.
¿Qué pasa con Milton? ¿Ha perdido la fe en su juramento? ¿Qué pasa con
And
Milton?
what about Milton Hooks? Does he share your point of view?
For Milton, any change means more comfort and more peace. I disagree.
¿Ha perdido fe en su
If you feel
juramento?
that saving lives is not useful enough, perhaps it means that you've lost faith.
On the contrary, my faith has never been stronger. Maybe we are all just too proud to face up to the fact that science cannot compete with God.
¿Es usted cómplice de Milton?
Milton cheats patients out of their money at this hospital, Pippa. Are you his accomplice?
Yes, I am.
Is this your definition of being useful? By abusing the sick and poor?
No. It is my definition of getting out of this useless life once and for all.
¿De quién fue la idea? ¿Por qué lo hizo? ¿De quién fue la idea?
Whose idea was it?
What difference does it make? We did it together, and I'm guilty as charged.
Answer my question.
It was my idea first, even though Milton would say it was his, to protect me.
¿Por qué lo hizo?
Why do you do it?
Why not? Most of the sick who paid for a bed are already dead, or will be soon. Don't you see the futility of all this?
A la mierda. ¿Quién es realmente usted? El cinismo no la salvará. Usted no le pone precio a la... ¿Quién es usted?
How can you be affected by the misery around you, and be so heartless at the same time? Which is the real you, Nurse Hawkins?
I could ask you the same question, Dr. Reed. Are you more real when you lie to a dying patient, or when you grant him useless medication?
A la mierda.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
La señorita Jones merece nuestra ayuda. Podría habernos dicho la verdad.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
Ok.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
Bueno, no hay nada más. Esto ya está. Sí, esto ya está. ¿Cuál es la situación aquí? Sería a ver.
How would you describe the situation?
It's serious.
Es grave.
The flu
la-
is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and...
Controles. No durará para siempre la gripe
Nurse
española.
Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
Está loco.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Me falta Dorothy Crane. 70 por allá. ¿Estos dos hablan algo? A ver.
Disgust on every
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Ahora mierda. ¿Cuántas personas? Está todo, ¿no? Cuénteme sobre los vampiros. Esto... Cuénteme sobre Thomas Elwood.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Tiene una relación romántica. Piensa convertirlo en vampiro. Tiene una relación.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
A la mierda. ¿Lo piensa
Do you
convertir?
plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Bueno. Cuénteme sobre
Tell
los
me,
vampiros.
Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire?
Vio un vampiro. Thelma vio un vampiro. Mataron a una presa. Memorización 2. 2000 me puede dar.
Here in London.
Yes, and it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
A la mierda. Usted es una delirante, no sabe nada de vampiros, podría estar en peligro, podría estar en
You
peligro.
have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must stop this nonsense now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reed. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
Ok.
Have you heard of any blackmailing going on within these walls?
I have no time for mortal games. My secrets are beyond their comprehension, Dr. Reed.
Ok.
I'll
Vámonos.
leave you.
What your last thoughts were
A ver el amigo.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Rumores de asuntos
Have you
turbios.
heard rumors of underhand dealings in the hospital?
If you want to know what's going on here, you better talk to Miss Jones. She
La viejita.
knows everything. Especially what she shouldn't.
No hay mucho más.
Goodbye for now, Mr.
Este no sabe nada.
Bred with no respect.
48. ¿Dónde está esta mujer? ¿Está fuera del hospital? Vamos. ¿Qué fue eso? Hay alguien ahí abajo. Ah, no puedo pasar por acá. Escuchar a escondidas. Para activar tus sentidos. Si un ciudadano actúa de forma sospechosa, su corazón emitirá un resplandor distintivo. Al mirarse de lograr una interacción especial. Buscador de Kenai. Ah, mira. ¿Y esto qué es?
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals. Or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
¿Y eso? Recuperar al matón de las alcantarillas.